going on, guys? In this video, I'm going to explain why eating too close to bedtime can contribute to acid reflux, okay? And one of the reasons why this is important is because we all probably want to get great sleep, and it's important to know these little things so that it's not disrupting your, preferred great sleep. So let me read this really quick so you get a good understanding. So eating too close to bedtime significantly increases the risk of acid reflux or heartburn, primarily due to a combination of gravity, a full stomach, and the function of lower esophageal sphincter, or LES. Okay, so the loss of gravity. During the day, when you're upright, sit upright, you are sitting or standing. The force of gravity helps keep the contents of your stomach, including acid, down where they belong. At night, when you're lying flat, you lose this natural benefit. If your stomach is full and producing acid, the acid can more easily flow backward or reflux up into your esophagus. So that just makes sense from a, just easy to understand standpoint. When you're standing straight up or you're sitting, like, your food actually is easier digested and it's hard for food to come back up. Obviously that can happen. But when you're lying flat, just gravity honestly it's easier for food to come back up into your esophagus because of laying flat. All right, so full stomach pressure, the second one. Increased acid production. The digestion of a full meal requires the stomach to produce a large amount of powerful gastric acid. Physical pressure. A stomach that is still full and working hard to digest food, especially a large fatty meals, which take longer to empty, creates increased pressure inside the abdominal cavity and directly on the lower esophageal sphincter. The high pressure makes it easier for stomach contents to push upward. So give you an example here. Let's say it's a late night and you haven't gotten any dinner and you have to stop at a fast food restaurant and you get a burger and it's 9 or 10 o'clock at night and you're about to go to bed. You eat the burger, then all of a sudden you lay down. That's a big fatty meal, and you probably didn't give yourself around 2 to 3 hours to digest all that food before you laid down to go to bed. So the last one, weakened lower esophageal sphincter, or LES. The LES is a muscular ring at the junction of the esophagus and the stomach that acts as a valve. It is meant to relax only to let food down and then quickly close to prevent backflow. Late night relaxation. Lying down immediately after eating puts pressure on this valve, making it more likely to relax or open slightly in inappropriate times. That's called the transient LES relaxations. Trigger foods. Many common late night foods and drinks like high fat foods, chocolate, caffeine, and alcohol can chemically cause the LES muscle to relax further, compounding the issue. That's interesting. So in that little blurb, it said, like, high fat foods, chocolate and caffeine and alcohol can actually make the LES relax a little bit more than it would with a regular meal. And so that's why food can travel upward into your throat and cause that heartburn. Doctors generally recommend leaving a gap of 2 to 3 hours between your last meal or large snack and lying down to allow the stomach to empty and acid production to subside. So that's it. Acid reflux is probably no fun. I have not experience this at nighttime yet, and I'm trying not to because I like to just be able to lay down and not feel like I have any heartburn or acid coming up my mouth. That's not to say that I've never had a late night meal right before going to bed. I definitely have, but on a consistent basis, you need to finish your last meal around 2 to 3 hours before you go to bed. More like 3 to 4 hours, but we try for 2 to 3 hours because not everything is going to be a perfect time frame and a perfect world. So shoot for 2 to 3 hours. If you can do 3 to 4, that's great. And give yourself enough time to digest your food so you're not getting any contribution to acid reflux symptoms. All right, guys. Hopefully that was helpful. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Thank you. Get after it.